Miss Yang, here are the documents for the meeting 2 days from now. After the last meeting, Secretary General Kieran asked me to have you review and summarize their contents before handing them over to her.
2 days from now? Let me see. Make 4 copies, send 2 to my office, and deliver...
Understood.
Meeting set for the afternoon 2 days from now.
Yes, ma'am.
Secretary General Kieran's office. In the meantime, the rest of you can follow. So, right this way.
Inside what?
Well, that's a luxury compared to prison. By all means.
So, you want us to surrender just—
Of course not. But our only advantage right now is Grey Fox. Even if we are detained, they wouldn't stop a Todd from playing games, right? Well, if things go south in our meeting, we'll find a way to let you know.
Man, you guys and your big brains.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to see you again, Secretary General Kieran.
I take it you're the Kylo research—
Yes.
Forgive me, Secretary General. I should have known to dispense with the pleasantries. Allow me to get—
Answer is no, Asarada Todd. Team X was established, but you did bring this researcher here. I'll give you that much.
Are you aware that our friend here is also a member of Wednesday? If you—
Kylo researchers, you never cease to surprise me. Tell me, what will it take for you to share the secrets of your aberrant curing technique with me? Perhaps a bit more hospitality?
Something tells me your idea of hospitality doesn't include steak dinners or fancy hotel rooms.
You're quite the talker, aren't you?
There's no need to continue this charade, Secretary General. And judging from the size of the bottle, it appears your prescription— I can empathize with your situation. However, with the aberrants appearing more frequently and—
No matter what you say, I simply can't let them go. The best I can—
Like you, Secretary General, I hate wasting— If you turn me away now, I'll have no choice but to add to your already sizable list of woes. You'll be so busy that a couple of file-stealing miscreants will be the least of your worries. Well, I could always start by uploading that footage onto Echo for the world to see. I can already see the top story now. A mountain of corpses appears. Omnium experiments believed to be—
You'd pit the Todds against the Federation for some pet— Fancy that. Wednesday's genius hacker, the
You'd better take that back. I'll have you sued for slander against my sister.
Good luck to the Todd lawyers, then. The security system detected a droid at the tower's entrance.
Enough.
Secretary General Kieran, may I speak for a moment? We were hesitant to believe Asarada as well, but I can assure— If you're willing to trust Antoria, then I ask that you do the same.
That's— Yang, come to my office.
Yes, ma'am.
I had no idea you were holding such a powerful trump card. Were you holding on to it all this time just to watch me suffer? I nearly went to war with the entire Federation just now. If you don't wish to tell me more, then so be it. Since it's clear I'm no longer needed in this room, I'm going to escort Aglia and the others out of the tower and to a safe place. If you'll excuse me.
Tell me, when did you get this badge?
Just today. When I disappeared in the video Aserata sent you earlier, that was me entering hyperspace. That was when I encountered a void piercer, as well as Antoria. She told me to show you this badge and said it would convince you to help me.
To be honest, I'm surprised she gave it to you. Did she say anything else at the time?
She did. She wants you to restart the gate into hyperspace so that she can complete her mission.
Restart the gate? Could the situation have changed that much? During the first regression, I witnessed the opening of the gate with my own 2 eyes. At the time, humanity had just discovered the existence of hyperspace, as well as the ability to reshape our own reality through this exciting new world. The possibilities were endless, and we felt like gods who had awakened to their true potential.
Is hyperspace really that powerful?
Yes, and that was also when I designed this badge. The comet Mara was passing over Ida at the time, as though implying that it had guided humanity to an even higher plane of existence. I was convinced that Norns would be the one to lead us into the future, which is why I gave it the name Norns of the Future.
So why did Antoria have this badge?
Because humanity misunderstood Mara's gift to us. Our forays into hyperspace eventually caught the attention of the powerful predators that hide within the fabric of space-time. What happened after that? Well, you've already seen it all, haven't you?
So you're saying the real world started to suffer only after the void piercers appeared? And that the aberrants were a consequence of these temporal anomalies?
If left unchecked, the void piercers would have turned everyone into aberrants, and Ida would have become a living hell. For that reason, Antoria and her soldiers entered hyperspace to engage them in battle. I gave this badge to Antoria before she left, the one and only of its kind. She swore she would complete her mission at all costs, but her hands were trembling uncontrollably the entire time. She said one last thing to me before she stepped through the gate. If someone comes to you with this, it seems that person is none other than you. And since you've already met Antoria, you must know by now that no matter how many soldiers we send into hyperspace,
If that's so, why are Antoria and her team still battling?
It appears Wednesday really didn't look into fight. The reality reshaping program. Faced with the void, phase 1 was... If reality is the calm agitated by the ripples in the water, the creatures living in its depths approach...
So you're saying that Omnium experiments are what attract the void piercers to an area, and in turn they infect
Unfortunately, due to Omnium Technology's immense... When a temporal anomaly appeared within Shooter Electronic, Omnium research is inextricably tied to Omnium reactors. Whenever one of...
But not all Omnium experiments result in aberrations, right? Back in Aurora Industries, I watched and—
That's most likely because Antoria is diligently carrying out her mission. The simplest way to calm the water's surface is to get rid of the creatures that arise from its depths. Antoria and the Temporal Anomaly Response Force are like a fishing boat out to capture them. They track the movements of void piercers from within hyperspace. When they detect a large gathering, Antoria and her soldiers rush to the area and annihilate them, thus preventing aberrance. Then, with the power of the Reshaping Tower, we can augment reality in a direction that is not influenced. As for living creatures that have already become aberrants, in order to prevent them from exacerbating the situation, we use—
Oh, I see.
Antoria's mission was never to eradicate the Void Pierce. The Reshaping Tower's effective range is limited, and the battle in hyperspace is not meant to last forever. The phase— Ever since Antoria entered hyperspace to battle with the Void Piercers, the Federation has been accumulating the strength and resources needed to launch a second global time retracement, aiming to revert all of Ida to a time before the temporal anomalies. If we succeed, the surface of the lake will become peaceful once more, and humanity will have completely averted the catastrophe caused. The date we've chosen for turning back time is still far away. But now that you've appeared with Antoria's badge, it means she must have discovered something so important that we need to accelerate our plans. Cat got your tongue?
No, Secretary General, but I'm definitely worried. Given the failure of the first regression, have you considered how
To be honest, it's impossible for us to imagine the consequences of a second failure at this time. The first regression was just a single, small— But one thing I can tell you is that with the help of artificial intelligence, the Federation has conducted an almost immeasurable number of experimental simulations. The reality reshaping program—
So when are you planning to go public with this information? Almost no one on Ida knows about the—
Sharing this information with the rest of Ida would only cause even more panic, which, for this reason, I need to keep everything secret for the time being. You're entirely correct that the temporal anomalies cannot be seen as ordinary natural disaster. I'll do whatever it takes to succeed, even if it means being described as a villain or a dictator in the By disseminating and promoting Blue Ida's ideology, I was able to enact the Omnium
Aren't you worried that your plan might go awry? If even one word of this gets out, the society you've worked so hard to—
Precisely. It seems you finally understand.
Despite everything you've done.
Then it only proves that— I have another meeting to attend shortly. Once it's over, I'll begin the necessary preparations for restarting the gate to hype. Since you have this badge, you will now participate. Reactivating the gate is no—
I nearly forgot about—
Are you talking about the order for Wednesday's arrest? Don't worry. I'll be sure to—
No, it's actually about another member of Wednesday. Her name is Nola, and it's possible that she was part of a secret defense force squad in the past. But for several reasons, she has lost her memory. I was wondering if I could access her information to help her regain her memory.
A defense force soldier named Nola. I'll have Yang look into it. Just a moment. Yang tells me that the person in this file's photographs is none other than Nola. However, as this file—
But she took it at nice.
picture of Wednesdays with our friend back and our crimes cleared. Wednesdays.
It's good to have you back, Gray Fox. Anka was so worried about you.
Why do you have to tell her that as soon as she gets back, Mr. Baggus? And for the record, I wasn't.
You mean you were thinking of ways to save me from Lucius's secret
How was I supposed to know the kidnapper was your own father and not Lucius? You never see that sort of plot twist these days. Not even in TV dramas.
Oh, good work, Ace. Thanks for worrying about... Hey!
That's not gonna stop me from hugging you. Besides, you can always buy another one with the 500,000 Norn your brother paid us. You're entitled to your share too.
Wasn't it supposed to...
Phantom did say he would pay us the remaining half, but I told him that rescuing you was our own mission, not a job for money. So...
Oh, come on! You're pulling that Robin Hood act in front of my brother? Seriously? He's rolling in dirty money, more than he could ever spend. And you actually turned down his offer? What were you thinking? Ugh, forget it. The boss told me about you too, researcher. She said you stormed a hospital and even kidnapped Lucius from the Public Security Bureau, all for my sake. Go ahead, tell me what you need.
Well, Hey, Mr. Baggus, you said I broke more of your cups than usual, right? Now that Gray Fox is back and I have some money in pocket, let me cover the damages.
By the gods, I never thought this day would come.
But I'll be broke again if we do that, Mr. Baggus. And besides...
I received a communication a while ago. At first, I thought it was from a colleague. You seriously fell for such a cheap trick? The Public Security Bureau has a whole... They didn't take any money from me, but the trouble they made for me is still just as bad, if not worse. That's why I need your help finding this person. Sounds simple enough. Hand me your terminal and I'll call... Thank you. Don't thank me just yet, especially since my help doesn't come for free. In exchange for locating your mystery person, you're going to tell me everything you know about the Aberrants, but I thought you accessed the Federation's network. Ugh, don't remind me. I sorely underestimated their Whoever it is, I swear I'll... Hey, Nola. I have a present.
Is this a defect?
I got this from the Tower of Fantasy. According to the file, you were definitely a past...
Thank you for all your help, researcher. It's just...
Don't lose hope, Nola. This file is just a record of your presence within the Defense Force. Even though there's a background check included, it only assesses your capability. How could a single file possibly contain everything there is to know about you? Retreat...
You have a point. In any case, thanks for bringing me this file.
With the sudden increase in miracles, the Federation has finally been stretched to its limits. More and more people are beginning to suspect that the Federation is hiding something from them.
Praise our Lord for blessing us with these miracles, for our faithful have only grown in number because of them.
Let it be known that these miracles are not gifts, but undeniable signs of his fury. Our Lord will no longer tolerate humanity's meddling with Omnium, which is why we must halt any and all experiments at once. Tell us, soldier, have you found the object?
Not yet, but I have several promising leads to investigate. I just need a bit more time.
There is no time left, soldier. The gate to our Lord's domain is about to open ahead of schedule.
When you people are recruiting your followers, could you stop mentioning shooter electronics to them so much? All they do is sit outside of our buildings chanting, "Make Ada blue again." It's never wise to keep biting the hand that feeds you. Remember that.
The shooter ring lab was shut down by Secretary General Kieran long ago, so it's not like you're conducting...
I don't need to hear it from you. I asked you to help me block Meryl's report.
That wasn't the scholar's fault. Your request made it too easy for her to expose you. Your mistake has severely impeded our research of T5. If we don't...
Enough! It's only because
The monk is right. That's why I gathered you all here today. Alchemist Sage, you must halt your research and destroy all evidence of it.
How's this my problem?
They can't track me down in the Tower of Fantasy.
It's true, Sage. Your assumption has come to pass, which is why you must...
Our plan must undergo drastic changes if we are to overcome these challenges. I will continue waiting for our Lord...
Understood.
Resting well to fight well. Resting well to fight well.